Didn't you know? Through entering the debug menu, players can access the true ending to Ocarina of Time. In this ending, Zelda defeats an evil dinosaur villain whose model greatly resembles King Dodongo's with the magic hammer to save Hyrule. The game will then immediately transport the player from the blue warp circle to the ending credits. This was actually how the game was supposed to end in the beta builds of Ocarina of Time. Ganondorf actually wasn't added into the story until right before the game's release, when playtesters complained about the abruptness of the ending, asking for a new final boss and ending. Eventually, the developers worked Ganondorf into the story's main plot, resulting in the game we now know and love. Another more minute change made later in development was the name and purpose of bombs. Initially, they were supposed to be farting cabbages that would be thrown at the Windmill Man to convince him to teach you the Song of Storms as a child, a plot point that was desperately reworked into a time paradox situation at the end of the game's development. When the game's designers presented the farting cabbages concept to head developer Reggie Fils-Aimé, he actually really enjoyed the idea at first. However, he soon realized the concept could be reworked and made into a reference to earlier Zelda media. Reggie decided that he would draw from his favorite video game as a child, Zelda the Wand of Gamelon, and have Zelda use bombs to fight Dodongos, instead of farting cabbages to fight old men. He also decided to draw other elements from Wand of Gamelon, such as the inclusion of the character Impa. This was also how they decided on including Ganondorf as the new final boss and making the changes to the game's ending. A reference to this earlier stage of development can be seen in the French versions of Ocarina of Time, where the bombs are called Chaux Pêcheurs, which translates to farting cabbages. Speaking of gastrointestinal pathology, didn't you know that the owl Kapora Gabora was actually supposed to make the players scream out loud until they felt pain in their stomachs? In the March Nintendo Direct of 1999, following Ocarina of Time's release, Reggie explained that he wanted the player to feel like they were growing with Zelda, experience the pain, struggles, and patience needed to complete a 7-year quest. Reggie wanted the player to experience frustration and be required to wait so much that they would audibly yell at their television screen until they were nauseous. A reference to this development goal is actually present within the game. Kapora Gabora is hinted in Ocarina of Time and later revealed in Hyrule Historia to be the Sage of Light, Roru, a mistranslation of the English word roar. Another character that was made intentionally frustrating was Dampe, the gravedigger in Kakariko Village. Dampe is required both to complete normally and to 100% Ocarina of Time, as he holds the hookshot, a necessary progression item, and 2 different heart pieces. The hookshot is obtained by racing Dampe in a grave as adult Zelda, which doesn't require much time or effort. However, to receive one of his heart pieces, you must complete that same race again, but complete it in under 1 minute. Dampe, however, throws fire randomly during the race, which is based completely on RNG, meaning that there is no way to truly plan a route. The second heart piece is completely based on RNG, and requires you to have Dampe walk up and dig on patches of dirt, with a 10% chance initially of having him dig up the heart piece, and with bad luck can require you to dig up to 15 patches in a row, waiting for him to slowly walk to each one. In speedruns, the players will simply reload the area by jumping into one of the graves and coming back out as it makes each individual dig faster. But this resets the odds of getting the heart piece, meaning that it continues being a 10% chance for as long as it takes to get the heart piece. A reference to the frustration that Dampe is meant to cause can be found directly in his name, Dampe, which contains the prefix damp, meaning slightly wet. This is an inside joke made by the developers, referencing another area of the game, the Water Temple, which was made to be the most frustrating temple in the game, as well as slightly wet. Didn't you also know that the idea of having an open world exploration mode in Kirby Air Ride, where you gather equipment to get stronger, was actually based off of Zelda Breath of the Wild? If you want to know more trivia on Kirby and other obscure video game series, look out for the Didn't You Know video games episode on Kirby Air Ride. If you enjoyed this episode, remember to leave a like and press the subscribe button to show support. And don't forget to look out for new episodes of Didn't You Know video games.